Hello everyone. Today's question is merge two sorted list. So let me read the question. You are given the head of the two sorted linked list and linked list 1 and list 2. Merge two lists into one sorted list. The list should be made by splicing together the nodes of the first two lists. Return the head of the merged list. Okay. So let me take an example. This is given. Let me copy this and paste it over here, and let's analyze this uh, test case. So basically we have given the list of two lists given, and we have to merge this into, let me do null. So whenever I see a list question, just I'll write null to the last of the list. So the very first approach is that we take this list 1 and list two's value and put into some another list like a vector, and then I'll sort that vector, and then for every value I'll create a new node, and at last I will return the head of the linked list, so merged list. So this is the very brute force approach, and the time complexity you ask, it will take like big of n log n, and we can do better. So let's try to analyze how can we do better. Let's say we use two pointer, so I'll put the first pointer at the list very head of the list 1, list 1, and I'll put another pointer at list 2, and whenever I'll compare these two pointer, whenever I'll get a lesser value, whichever pointer gives me a lesser value, I'll take that value and put it into my I'll I'll create the new node, or I can just merged the given node into my merged list, and then I'll move that pointer to ahead. So let's take an example. This will be x once again. Okay, this is my given example. So I'll put a one pointer here and another pointer is pointing to here, and the both value is same. So you can take any value. So let me take this pointer, and then I'll move this pointer to 2. Then whatever gives me a minimum, I'll just take it. So take it, and then uh, okay, now I'll move the pointer to the 3, and it will pointing to 3, and another is pointing to 2. Whichever whoever gives me a minimum, like in this case list 1 is given minimum, so I'll take the value of this and append it to my list, and then I'll move the pointer to the 4. Okay, now 4 and 3, which value is minimum? 3 is minimum, so I'll take that 3 and move the pointer ahead, and it's pointing to 4, and it is also pointing to 4. Then you can take any of them, it will be valid. So I'll take 4 of list 1 and move ahead, and it will be null. Now whenever you found a null any of the list, whenever you do merging, like if you do merge two sorted list, then it always happen that one list is exhausted, and there is always one list remaining. Okay, so what you will do now is take all the value of remaining list, so it will be remaining like 4, and it's null. So this is my new list which is merged, and it is also sorted. So this is my concept using this. So let's try to implement this. uh, to implement, we will need another list. Let me create it, list node of called dummy value, dummy dummy node, new list node. Let me -1, so it's look like -1. Okay, let me comment this. So initially it has a -1, and it is pointing to the null. Okay, now I need another list node, and let's name it as a merged list, and it will be dummy node. Okay, now while list 1 and list 2. Okay, we iterate over the lists whenever until we found any null value. Like if this can't understands you, let me rewrite this, so it will be looks null if it is not equal to null, and list 2 is not equal to null. Okay, now we will compare these two pointers. List 1 ka value is less than list 2 ka value, then we will add list 1's value into merged list. How we are going to do that? Let's suppose this is the -1. Okay, initially it has -1, so uh, let me create a new node first. List node, new node, it will be new list node, and what is the value of this? Is it's like list 1 ka value. Okay, now what we are going to do, a new node ka next. Okay, I have to merged, I have to insert this new node to ahead of -1. So how can we do that? It will be merged list ka next, sorry, next equal to new node, and then we will move merged list to merged list next, merged list equal to merged list ka next. Then we will move next list 1 pointer, list 1 equal to list 1 ka next, and then I'll mark merged list ka next equal to null. So what is this line do, this piece of code is doing is like when I have a -1, it is a dummy node. Okay, then let's say in this node I already merged some values, so it's like 2, then 3, and then a null. Okay, now my pointer is pointing to the 3. Now I have to insert a new node. New node inserted will be here, like this next will be pointing to the new node, new value. Okay, this is the new value I have to insert, so it will be created new node, and then my pointer is pointing to here, my merge list pointing to here, so merge list ka next equal to new node, and then merge list equal to merge list ka next. So my this line do my point, it will be point to the new value, and then I'll move the next list 1 to the list 1 ka next, and then merge list. After doing that, merge list ka next will be null pointer. Okay, so this is like that, and then else part, in the else part I'll do just opposite. Sorry, it will run. Okay, ignore this. Okay, now in the else part, list 2 value has lower than the list 1 value, so I'll just copy this piece of code and paste it over here. A new node will be created, list value merge 1 connects equal to new node, and merge list connects list at this time list 2 will be moving ahead, and list 2 values change. Okay, list 2, and then okay, all the same. Okay, now what if the list 1 is exhausted? I have two cases, like list 1 is exhausted or list 2 exhausted. Let me handle both the case. So it will be while list 1 is not null. uh, uh, this means that list 1 contains some value, so I have to merge this thing. So I'll copy this and paste it over here because it is same. We are doing list 1, we are doing just appending the list 1 values into my merged list, and we will do same for the list 2 as well. List 2 is not equal to null. Let's copy the second one and paste it over here. Okay, now after that I will return dummy list connect because the first node will be a dummy node -1. Remember, I initializes dummy node with -1, so I have to ignore this. How can we ignore this? By just returning dummy list connect. Okay, so I hope this will work. Let me run this. Okay, I did some mistake. Merged list is undeclared merged list. Okay, merged list. Now I think, let me copy this and paste it over here, here. mm, I have to change all the, because there is a spelling mistake. So mm, okay, now I think it should run. Okay, one more mistake is dummy list is not defined. Okay, it's not dummy, it's not a dummy list, it's dummy node. So let me write it, dummy node. Yeah, it's running fine. If I'll submit this, it should accept. Okay, it's accepted. Rather than we are creating new node, what we can do is like I just merge list. I can use a list one's node. How can we do that? Let me show you. Uh, don't create the new value. What can I do is list one. Okay, now merge list is pointed to merge next, and list one is list one connects and merge list next. I think it's correct. And then we will put, and then we will remove this line, and a new node. It's not a new node, it's list 2, merge list connects. List 2 equal to list 2 connects, and merge list connects will be null. Okay, remove this. It is list 1, and remove this, list 2. Okay, I think it's run fine. Let me run this. Okay, this is running fine. Okay, that's it.